Right, so one of the first trees that I actually put down a couple of seasons ago was an acacia, and I had it in here, and they actually like full sun but protection from winds and stuff. So there is pine and there's oak around here, and it was obviously a favourite position because it got through a couple of winters no problem, but it's slow, it has been slow growing, which I don't mind anyway. But you can just see the, I don't know, what would you call it, feathering. Flowers, yeah, it's coming on there. So I moved it across about 20 feet to the end of what will be the side of the jungle path, and just beyond that I'm going to be transplanting a gunner that's up here into this corner to balance out with the gunner over here. So hopefully with the sun, and because it's a couple of years older, it should just transplant nice. Nearly all the root ball was still stuck to it. So we'll see how that gets on this season. Now what I'm going to do is to put in here, opposite this schefflera, is put in another schefflera, and it's going to be, they're equal in size, so they're going to be flanking this side of the path here, also with the sunnier grande. Right, so another change I'm going to make is I have this arrowhead bamboo. This is a spreading bamboo, and it was just a chunk that I chopped out from around the patio and put in there, and I have enough bamboo and I have plenty of this bamboo. So I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put in the other schefflera. So we'll have Alpina or Nova, whichever one, and then the other one here. The reason being is they're going to be up against the edge of the wood here. They're going to be in shade, semi-shade, which they prefer. I don't want to have them further up the pathway where they're going to be hitting the sun, and I think it'll suit them better being up against the wood here. This is the way I plant my scheffleras, more to the point how I prepare the soil. You always see the soil. So after I dig out the hole, you dig out your soil, your clay. Scheffleras respond really well to feeding during, I suppose, late spring and in the summer. They'll respond really well, I found, to liquid feeds. But just to get the combination right underneath them, don't put them just straight into soil, which might retain too much water, or, you know, rot the roots. So add more compost and manure, which I generally always use, and then lots of sand and grit and stone for drainage and such. So there's going to be plenty of food for the schefflera underneath it, and also drainage, so it's not going to be sitting in heavy wet soil. Right, so that's planted up, and that's Nova over here. It says 6 to 7 meters here. In the wild, I think it is. But it'd be nice if I could get, 4 meters even. I think it's going to look. And this is Alpina, and it goes around the same height. So all I have to do now is give it a good water and get canes around it. Right, so down on the right hand corner, just entering the wood, I have 2 running bamboo. It's an arrowhead bamboo. And what I'm going to use to contain these here, I'm going to leave them here. I'm going to use the barrel that I cut up, the plastic barrel. So I'm going to quickly dig these up, put the barrel in and plant it back in, and that will contain them. So you can contain running bamboo, invasive bamboo. You just need to put in the barrier, which I will do with these. Right, so I'm going to keep this arrowhead bamboo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same method or technique that I think will work. And I've got these silver birch trees and this plant here, can't remember the name of it, turns red in winter, but as I thought it would be, it's heavily congested with roots, because the roots of the birch, they spread out, they don't go down, they go lateral under the ground. And I think if I put the arrowhead bamboo in here, it's not going to have that free run. And that's what I did over here not too long ago, a couple of weeks, and I put this bamboo in here. There's the sage, and it's surrounded by these trees here, and I had to use the Chillington hoe to break up the ground in the roots. So I think it could be, it's definitely going to be limited into its expansion, but it's still, I can still give it this whole area here. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, we'll just take it out. Right, so what I won't do with any of these invasive bamboos that are in the wood, I'm not going to give them any special treatment, I haven't given them any farmyard manure, just put them straight into the hole with the soil, which they're probably going to be happy with. No liquid feeds. I'll give this a water just to settle it in, but they won't be getting any special treatment because I don't want to encourage masses of growth. Right, so looking back up the jungle path, I've put in one of the Waggies here. That's right, I'm going to put another Waggy here, a bigger one, slightly bigger, so I can get different heights of the foliage, and those Waggy palm leaves, which are very distinctive compared to other Trachycarpus. They're going to stand out because 2 of them together. Put one on the opposite side in here, a small one, and then opposite the small one here I'm going to be putting another Waggy, which is bigger again. So the big one, small Waggy, and the bigger Waggy here. So when you're coming down the path, the Trachycarpus that was here, that I'd moved out of here, then I moved it in here, I've moved it back up the path to here. That's the 429 up there. I'm not too sure what I'm going to use as the lower level ground planting. I might leave it the way it is for the moment. I am probably around this area. I like using the sage, the wild sage, but maybe something softer like ferns. And I think that's it for today. Like I said, the tunnel looks like a bomb has gone off in it. Some bits. Now I do have another 3 palms to add to the jungle pathway towards the wood. And they'll be higher up, and they're these 3 here. Very different, completely different to the Wagnerianus, the Waggy palm. And these are the new form. So I have 3 of these to add in. Probably be next weekend.